much snow we are seeing so early in the storm. It was sticking instantaneously.
And we talked about that yesterday, right? As soon as the snow starts to fall, it's going to stick and it's going to start accumulating because of how cold it's been. It's exactly what happened as the snow arrived early this morning. We're already seeing impressive totals and we have so many hours left to go. 11 degrees right now in the park, feeling 2 degrees below zero. Wind chill, big part of the weather story. You can see widespread snow on the radar right now. Actual air temp in the single digits and in the low teens for most. Winter storm warning already in effect. This takes us into tomorrow afternoon. It'll be difficult and dangerous to travel thanks to snow-packed streets and sidewalks. We're already seeing that. And low visibility because of the blustery wind. This is the massive storm system impacting the eastern half of the country for the most part. We're starting to see the snow now. We have hours left to go. So as we zoom in, give you a quick radar tour of the lower Hudson Valley, northwest New Jersey. These are the spots that are going to see a straight snow event. This takes us well into tonight. The lull doesn't happen until overnight to tomorrow morning, so plenty of time to see over a foot of snow fall in these parts. As we shift a little further south, Long Island seeing widespread steady snow. That snowfall intensity going to pick up heading into this afternoon before transitioning to a little bit of sleet and ice. Northern New Jersey seeing that snowfall intensity really ramp up. You'll talk about that in a second. South Jersey seeing the steady widespread snow as well. So we are all seeing it, just some spots a little heavier than others. But moving into midday, we do expect the snowfall rates to increase across the board. So I want to bring in meteorologist Brittany Bell. You're breaking down how heavy the snow is falling right now, but you're also looking at when we expect that to peak. So what do you see?
That's right, Danny. So we're anticipating those heavier snowfall rates quickly later this morning, lasting throughout the early portion of this afternoon. So first, I want to show you the current rates if we can pull over our AccuTrack radar. So across the area so far, we've seen rates approaching just a ½ inch per hour across portions of the Hudson Valley, ranging between 1 to 3 inches every 3 hours around New Jersey. But back over to the maps, that will start to change by midday. In the city, around 11 to noon, we could start to see rates approaching 1.5 to 2 inches per hour, especially between 11 to 2 p.m. And then this afternoon, notice that sharp drop-off or cutoff in rates, and that's because that's when we'll start to tap into some sleet mixing in, cutting into the heavier snowfall totals, with still the sleet making things icy, bringing that icy layer on top of the snow. But sleet is not as much of a concern for portions of the Hudson Valley, northwest New Jersey. This is the snowfall rates for Newburgh, showing you that you'll hold up to those rates over 1 inch per hour, lasting through 6 to 7 this evening. That's why spots like Newburgh, you could have snowfall totals approaching 12 to 18 inches once all is said and done. And Danny, one thing that we really want to emphasize is even when we have that changeover to sleet, the danger is still there because it's going to make roads icy. You're going to have that icy layer caked on top of all the snow. And so far, that's on top of up to 3 to 4 inches of snow that's fallen across portions of New Jersey and the Hudson Valley.
Right, so it doesn't slow impact. It just makes it worse and different, right? Even slicker with that layer on top. Thank you for breaking that down, Brittany. Seeing the snowfall rates 2.5 inches per hour in parts of the lower Hudson Valley this afternoon, that's impressive, and I am not concerned about hitting the expectations in terms of storm totals when you see rates like that. So putting Futurecast into play, widespread steady heavy snow continues through the afternoon here. This is when we expect that snowfall intensity to peak. And then late afternoon, early evening is when we expect that sleet changeover to begin from New York City south and east. This forecast model says right around 3 p.m. I would give the window somewhere between 3 p.m. and sunset, which is 5:05 today. Once that changes over, again, it doesn't minimize impact. It just adds that glaze, that layer of ice on top of the snow that has already fallen. And by this point, several inches going to stack up from the city south and east. But you notice, north and west, it is still heavy, steady snow, so those totals continue to climb in a big way. This continues into late tonight, but the intensity will begin to diminish a little bit, but the lull doesn't happen until overnight into tomorrow morning. Even moving into daybreak Monday, we're not in the clear just yet. Could be a few more light snow showers first thing Monday morning. And then the storm system, you can see those bubbling up there. Then the storm system moves on after about midday Monday. And from there, it's all about the cold conditions, which means the snow that falls today has a good shot of sticking around. So looking at expectations, 1 to 1.5 feet flow north and west, 6 to 12 inches from the city south and east. That's sleet dependent. We'll be on the lower end if that sleet arrives a little earlier. But at this point, I think middle to high range, just based on what we've already seen. So here's the hour by hour. You can see the chance for precip all day long as air temp climbs to the teens and 20s. But because of the gusty wind, it will feel like single digits. So another reason to stay off the roads, not just because it's so slick and snow-packed, but the wind creates that blowing snow, which limits visibility, making it that much more dangerous. Again, want to stress it, your best bet today, stay inside, stay off the roadways, please, and know from here, it gets a whole lot colder, highs in the teens and 20s for the next week and a half. Michelle and Perry?
Let's talk about people. Are they staying off the roads? Joining us now via